guys, it's 2022. I figured I'd get on the old street bob. 2022 models for Harley Davidson have started showing up at the dealerships, which is pretty cool. That red line red color is pretty dope. But that's not actually what I want to talk about at all. I love my 2021. I don't have any plans of trading up or any of that kind of stuff. I put a little too much money into this thing anyways to be trying to get rid of it and start over with another one. However, and I don't know if this is going to happen or not, it just kind of depends on where the channel goes and how work goes and everything like that, but I'm pretty sure I'm kind of disconnected from a lot of this stuff, but I'm fairly certain that the 2022 model year is going to be the absolute last year for the Evo style Sportsters. I mean, they've trimmed down their lineup to only 2 different models, which is bonkers. I mean, you really don't need more than 2 models of Sportster, but it's kind of wild, man. It's the end of an era, in my opinion. And, you know, people can talk all the shit they want and say, like, oh, well, a Sportster is a girl's bike, or, you know, they're too small for grown men, or whatever. All this kind of stuff, right? Or it's a good starter bike, but truthfully speaking, they're good bikes all around. It just depends on what you want out of that particular motorcycle. So that's my opinion on it. However, I'm not an industry person. I'm not a hardcore biker. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. I don't think I am. I'm just a dude that likes riding motorcycles, truthfully. Back on topic. The 2022 model year, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the last year for the Evo Sportsters. If that is the case, and we get confirmation of that before 2022 is over, I may go and buy a brand new Sportster. I have certain goals, like motorcycle goals that I want to achieve from a collection standpoint. This Street Bob was not actually anything to do with a collection standpoint or anything. I had never bought anything brand new in terms of vehicles or anything like that. So I'm not really into cars. I wanted to buy a motorcycle, a brand new Harley Davidson. That was like, it's been a dream of mine since I was like a little kid, 7 years old and shit. So I decided I was going to go ahead and do it in 2021, you know, with the events of certain world things and all this kind of stuff. I figured that it would be a good idea. I don't regret it at all. I'm not positive about, you know, buying another new motorcycle. I don't really like dig that idea, just because of, you know, the cost and payments and things of that nature. I mean, you know, you got to look at with Harley fees and everything, right? If I buy from, you know, most dealerships, it's gonna be like, you know, like 15 grand or more for a Sportster, which is kind of insane. However, if it is the last model year, it would be really rad to have one, in my opinion. And I've always liked the 48, so I think I'll probably do that if this ends up being the last model year and we get confirmation on that. I'll probably go ahead and buy one. That being said, if I do, it will probably be towards the end of the year. We'll just kind of see how things work out. But my collection goals are pretty simple. Like, I want a first year Sportster. I want a 1957 Sportster. I know, good luck, right? But I'd like to have that first year of that. I'd like to have the last year of that. I'd like to have a 1965 Panhead, the very last model year of the Panhead. I'd like to have a 1966 Shovelhead, and you know, I mean, slow but sure, right? You know, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever get, you know, any of those. Oh my God, I got something in my eye. Oh no. Riding blind. That's not cool. I really think I want to get one. You know, I don't necessarily think that the value is going to like skyrocket or any of that kind of stuff like right away or whatever. Is in terms of like the used market and stuff like that. However, Sportsters have been going up a little bit, but you know, my biggest thing is just like it's the end of an era, man. Regardless of how you feel about Sportsters, it is the longest running model for Harley Davidson. Honestly, I think it's the longest running motorcycle model, period. Now I could be wrong about that, but I think it might be. In any case, I know that it's the longest running model in Harley Davidson history, and I gotta be honest, man, I want to get in on that. I mean, I've had a lot of Sportsters before, you know, or a few. I've had a few Sportsters. I love them, man. I love Sportsters. I think they're the raddest, like one of the raddest motorcycles ever in terms of customization and like ability of like what you can do with them and stuff, that, like what you can do with them on a budget, because you could do anything to any motorcycle really, but you know, it becomes like how much of a headache is it, you know? Sportster, man, if you want a chopper, dude, you can spend, you know, what is it, $300-400 on a freaking weld-on hardtail and chop your frame up, weld it on. I'm oversimplifying it here, but you know, just in terms of what you can do, you know, you can chop your frame, put on a ready-made hardtail for it already, you know, in terms of front ends, in terms of brakes, in terms of engine components, in terms of literally everything on a Sportster you can do. And I mean, dude, if you want a cafe racer but you still want to have a Harley, Sportster's the way to go, you know what I mean? You want a chopper? Hey, Sportster's the way to go if you can't get your hands on an old Shovelhead or something like that. You know, it's a very versatile platform, and they're fun. You know, they're low horsepower and everything, but they're still pretty peppy for what they are. And you can make them way peppier, you know, so I think I want to get in on this, man, in terms of like buying a new one. I've never had the newest Sportster that I've ever had was a 1996, and I had that thing for like a day. I've never had a fuel injected Sportster. I've ridden a couple of them, but never owned one. Never ridden one for like an extended period of time, but I like that old technology, man. I really do. As finicky as a lot of the older technology and stuff like that is with Harley Davidsons and whatnot, it's just something about it that speaks to me, man. And I don't know if that's going to convey, like, I don't know if this is going to make a whole lot of sense in video form and whatever. I'm not like, you know, the most poetic person or anything like that, but the truth of the matter is there is a poetry to Harley Davidsons. There just is. And it's not even like hard to figure out. It's not hard to like discover or anything. You know, get on a Harley Davidson, an air-cooled Harley Davidson. You know, even though, I mean, people say that like the Milwaukee 8 is way different than like the twin cams and the Evos before, and you know, it is. But it's not, I mean, even if you get on a Milwaukee 8 and you ride around, your bone stock even, honestly, man, no exhaust, no nothing, you just ride around, put some miles down, dude, you'll understand. Even if it's not your bag, even if it's not like your preference, you'll understand why. I think, anyways. That's my opinion.